done is publishing your app, whether to publish it to the App Store or there are other options. In Android, we saw that there are many options. You can do self-publishing, you can submit it to multiple marketplaces. In iOS, you don't have any options for final large-scale distribution. Your only option is the App Store of Apple. That's it. Even before that, if you want to, let's say Shahrukh or any one of you want to send their app to a friend to test. It's not like Android, no? In Android, you just put it on a website, the .apk, and they can install it. Here, you have to go through getting the device ID of the user and adding it to your developer certificates, the provisioning profile, and then you can share it pre-publication to the App Store. And that to all of that has limitations. At most, you can have 100 iPhone users, 100 iPad users, things like that. And your provisioning profiles before you publish the app have an expiration date. So usually it's 7 days. I have seen that in our university account, it gives us 1 year, which is wonderful. Otherwise, every 7 days, your app would stop working. If you have it on your device, you've installed an app using that provisioning profile, it will stop working after 7 days. So those things are there. Apple is very controlling. They're very, very particular about these things. App Store has an annual fee of 99 US. Android has a one-time fee of 25. So Apple really, it's a lot more expensive. If you have a membership for 10 years in Android, it will cost you $25. In Apple, it will cost you almost $1,000. So there is the difference. Review process in both is similar though. They must, your apps must meet all the guidelines and terms and conditions, and there is a manual review. Typically, it takes a few days. I don't know how they're doing right now. Like until 3 or 4 months ago, they would approve your apps within a couple of days or send you feedback if not approved. So just like in Android, we do have access to the shared college's shared Apple developer account, but unfortunately, that account does not give us access to the App Store features, which is where you do all your publishing, like how to write, where to write the description of the app, where to load the screenshots, icons, etc. All of that we need a fully paid account. So what I've done is just like in Android, this is a video. It's a very nice video, good tutorial. I'm going to give you a link. And what I would like you to do is to just watch it in your own time. You can watch it. We are going to end the class early enough so that there will be enough time to watch this. This will give you a good understanding of the whole process. What I will do before we do that is I will show you some of the steps. So when you want to publish your app, there are many steps in the setup. They are covered in the video. One step is what you do from Xcode. So let's say this app that we have created, we want to publish it to the App Store. You've tested it into simulators, you have connected actual devices and tested on them. Now what you want to do is you want to package it. So these are the steps you will follow. The first thing you will do is here, the target, you will change this to generic iOS device. So what it does is now it will build a package that will run on an iPhone, run on an iPad, iPod Touch, all those things. Oh, why is it complaining? I have to maybe just say clean build folder, clean everything. I didn't make any change to the code. I just changed the target device and it started complaining. Okay, I'm just going to say build so it gets rid of those errors. Any idea what that clean does when I said clean build folder, what it did? So building and yeah, somebody wants to speak. Yeah.
Maybe gets rid of any cached information.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. And what is the information that is cached? Do you know what it's doing?
No,
This
not sure.
process,
Sorry.
that's okay. This is an obscure thing because the way you would have done these things about 15 or 20 years ago was there were hardly any graphical, these development environments. You would do everything from the command line, and there were two steps to the process. One was building, and the other one was linking. So what building would do is it would, let's say we have got like 6 or 7 files here, and some of it is code, some of it is just to be included in the package. So the code part, when you build uh, something like this, an application, it compiles each code file into an object file, an object code. And then linking is the part where it takes all of them and puts them into one executable. So what it does is the builder is intelligent. It says, okay, I'm only going to recompile those files which have changed since my last build. That is the cached part. That is what is in the cache. Now, sometimes that process has flaws. As you can see, it was showing me errors that weren't really errors, that weren't true. So those caching has problems. So what it does is it gets rid of whatever information it has intermediate. And then when you build after cleaning, you will see that that build takes a lot longer than subsequent because everything is gone.
Yogesh, mine is still showing the errors. I tried switching mine and it's still, I tried clean project and then build, clean
Do
build.
it again. Do it again. I really see. I just did the same thing in front of you.
Yeah.
It's a problem internal. Changed it back to a simulator and you know change it back. Close Xcode and reopen. Do things like that. One of them will help.
Okay.
Okay. So, but anyway, watch this for now. So what you do is you change this to generic OS device, and then in product you go into archive. This is where your publication to App Store process starts. When you say archive, it starts building uh, a package of your app that can be distributed.
Yes, come in. Oops, sorry.
So it is now available in this this window is called the organizer. You can access it from here also. Window organizer will bring you here. So this is our app which is ready for distribution. When you say distribute app, you have four choices. You can distribute through App Store Connect because this app is really, we haven't done the other framework for publication, which is create an app ID on the portal, etc. It gives us a choice, distribute on test flight and the App Store. So this will put it on the App Store. Ad hoc is this install on designated devices. Okay, how many of you are going to submit iOS projects in your capstone or in your game development? And Harry also. So this step you gotta watch. What you have to do is, okay, then all of you will, when you create that package, you will choose this fourth option, development. Distribute to members of your team. Ad hoc is not supported in university accounts, but development, they are very similar. They both send things to designated devices, but development ensures that they're members of the team. So, you have your own devices, etc. And you can run a test of this if you like. So you choose the development and say next. And okay, I have a bunch of issues here. I did not do it properly. Here, what we want is, and if you see an error like that, what you would do is you'll go to your project. information and go to signing in capabilities of the target. The target is selected, signing in capabilities. And it says here it's a personal theme. I'm going to change it to Georgian College. And I have a profile, etc., wildcard certificate. So this will let the process run. If not, we will have to do that. And maybe we can go into more details of this. So now when I say archive, it's going to build again. I could have actually just opened the organizer, distribute, development. So now it is checking if I am authorized to distribute it to the members of the development team. So it's giving you some options. Rebuild from by include manifest for over-the-air installation. This is as close as you're going to get to distributing an APK. Over-the-air installation. Users can download your app using Safari or any browser really on their iDevice. When you say next, it is going to ask you these optional arguments. So if you're going to place your app online on your personal website, you will put the URL to which you are going to upload it will create a file called .ipa. That's the package. That's the equivalent of APK. And if you want any images to be shown as a part of the installation process. So you give this, and because, I must give this, otherwise it doesn't give me okay, it wants all of this. So this is, once you give this information, these two really, if they don't exist, these are dummies, okay, but this needs to be the actual IPA URL. This is something useful for you. If you want your friends to try your app, you will follow a certain process, and then you will add your friends' device IDs to the portal, and then do this, and then basically this will complete the process. You can say automatically or manually. If you've downloaded, Shahrukh, you have downloaded a manual profile, right?
Yes, I have.
In which case, what you will do is you will say manually manage signing, and then it is going to ask you to select a profile that you have downloaded.
And if I have not downloaded the profile like for the others, because I have done that for game design, and game design we don't have access to Xcode. So I don't know how I can do all these things for because
You,
Unreal it creates the IPA file for you.
yes, it does. It does, and Steve will show you how to do it if you ask him.
Okay, maybe he did. I missed the last class yesterday.
Uh, I don't know if he has shown it already, but he will show it to you. Unreal Engine will allow you to include a provisioning profile and build an IPA.
Yeah, I did that, but for some reason that the app didn't work. Like the provisioning profile Steve created for me, so it had his device and my device.
Mm,
It works for my device, but when I send him the IPA file, it doesn't work for him for some reason. So he told me he's gonna look more into it and
right. Right. So let's see. By next week, you should have some clarity on it.
okay.
Okay. Okay. So this is the process. This is how you will do it. You can say manually, automatically manage signing. What will happen is if it has created a provisioning profile automatically, it may not have any devices included in that. So even if you give it to a person, it won't work. You have to go to the portal and edit. You can edit the provisioning profile, but then you have to download it again and rebuild the app and all that. So anyway, this is the process, and once you have it built, you will get those things, and you can save it to a location of your choice and distribute it. Now, if I say export, it is going to ask me where would you like to export it. Let's say I export it to the desktop. There it is. So it got exported here. This is what it did. It created the IPA file and the manifest. The other three are really useless from a distribution perspective. It's more information, right? So plist, this is what the proper, actually, I don't like this. Let's see if it lets me look at the code. Anyway, the property list is has the information you entered. Text edit. So we entered, right, the IP URL, the images, etc. It puts all of that. And additionally, it puts the app ID and information about the certificate, etc., that you are using. Okay, this is the preview of the publication process if you want to self-distribute. Watch the video and it will guide you through. It's a walkthrough of how to do it if you're doing it on the App Store. That's pretty much the end of the class. I don't have anything else. You guys have any questions?